Hi everyone. This is a kind of a same but different video. Instead of doing botanical and bird books, this is kind of my personal collection of like old books. So I thought I would kind of start on some of the items that I have collected over the last, I don't know, year and a half. If you hear anything, it's my little dog, my little puppy. I bought this or got this in an auction, my first auction ever. It's a scrapbook. This thing is huge. It's not very thick, but what's inside is a true delight and treasure. You just have an index here. There's nothing written on it, but here we go. These have, excuse me, come out of some of like the Peterson magazines or the ladies books that they have the templates and the plates in. So they're known for taking them out and doing stuff like this, and also putting them up on their walls. This thing is huge, so I'm not going to be able to get everything in here. And I don't want to make this too long of a video, but isn't this just lovely? This actually was in a box with other items in it, and I think it was down in the bottom, so I didn't even know it was in there. I don't think I paid more than $90 for like a big box that had stuff in it. I just couldn't do it. And trust me, those people, like that was my first auction, and those people truly bid up those boxes, like hundreds of dollars. I wish I could have bought every single one of them. And the very first box that I wanted had stuff like this, and then it had old vintage photos and photo albums and journals, and someone paid I think $550. I was like, no. And then that was my first box that I wanted, and that was the one that I really wanted. I was just, that, no thank you, that's just too much. Unless there's like a true gem in there hidden away that's gonna make you your money and some. But I just never find, oh, there's a blank spot. I always think, oh, I'll, cut things up, or I'll do this, or I'll do that, sell it, and then, like, I just don't have the heart to. Why do these feel different? They cut these out now that I'm looking at these, because you can see right through these, and it feels different. They cut these out. And it did come with some ephemera. Royal Siren. She dies in poverty. How sad. Like, a lot of us are in poverty today. Like, these are just, you could just sit here and stare at these all day. And that's the last one. And then these are all blank, which is nice. So the next one that I have is, this is 1839 Monthly Bell Assembler. The book cover and everything is gorgeous. It's got some writing in there. 12 color fashion prints. Now, these books, I will tell you, I went to a flea market in my area and they had one of these books. I forget which one it was. It might have been a Peterson magazine. Fell in love with it. Paid $22 for it. That's the only reason why I knew what these other books were. Went to this auction, one of the last few things, and I even searched this area and didn't even see these. These were in bags. Nobody wanted them, and they said that they were fashion books, like old vintage fashion books. So I'm like, okay. They started it off at $5, and then someone did bid on it, and then I bid on it next, and I took it for $10. So I ended up getting, what was it, 12 books for $10 from the 1800s that were fashion books with these plates in it. And I ended up giving one away to a friend. And then I had one from the flea market. So I thought I would use them, but I can't bring myself to do it. Oh, wow. I never really fully looked at all of these. But to just think that this is fashion for January of 1839. So that's how they dressed in 1839 in January. And I was told that, like, if you have old books like this, like, a lot of people will take these. So if they fall out, keep them, and people will actually purchase those from you. It looks like these have fashion for March. Like, ooh. So I do have 2 of these. So I'm wondering if I have, like, the full year. Here's February. Not really sure what's going on here with the hair and the face and it facing this way, but this goes to June. To just think of how they had to dress like that with all the clothing and the big, it's just crazy. So this one is kind of set up like this. I do know that the other ones are set up differently and you don't get as many of these plates in them. May. My birthday's in April, so let's see. Came home on Easter. April. It's just crazy. But yeah. So they have some stories in them. A Jew's Daughter, a Tale by Miss Anne Marie. So, and then you have these pictures in there. So I'll show you a couple more. Okay. This one is called Lady's Friend, and this one is 1866. The marbling paper. Gotta love the plates that they put in there, and don't ever throw this paper away. So let's see how this one is set up. Oh, this is edited by Peterson. So I wonder if this is kind of like a Peterson, published by Deacon and Peterson. So I wonder if this is kind of like a Peterson's magazine. But this is what I was talking about. So, which actually kind of goes together, but a lot of these aren't intact from my understanding. And they would take these out of the magazines and then they would frame these or do what they just did with the big scrapbook that I had. Oh, I didn't see that. That's really pretty. Hand banner screen in Cheville on velvet. The lady's friend. Prints in color. Like, and you can see like the details on, like, it's just, oh my gosh. You know, 1866. And then you will always get in a lot of these little pictures and stuff about the fashion that they used and how they stitched it or whatever they did. A lot of these magazines will have music pages, and then they'll have just stories, poems, and then you'll get stuff like this throughout. Horseshoe design for hunting jacket. An application of green cloth upon gray, edged with black braid. Probably pretty in color. A needle book, scissors case. So then you'll have more stories, and then I just was looking for some more of these. Like, how gorgeous. And I got all of these for less than $1 because there were 12 of them there and I only paid $10. I knew exactly what they were and I was so excited because nobody else wanted them. And you know what's crazy is at that auction there was a woman there. Man, I think she was, from my understanding, she was purchasing for someone else, and she was buying up all of the vintage clothing, and they found like the old vintage hoops for the actual hoop skirts from the 1800s, and oh my gosh, $2,000 for the hoops that were wood, and I don't even know if you can repurpose them or like use them for anything. She took all the vintage clothing and, oh, that's a wedding dress. And I thought, if you're going to take the clothing that you would take the fashion books, but she didn't, thank goodness. So it worked out ever in my favor. And my husband was, oh, let's go. Because this was like the first auction we've ever been to. And they had 370 some lots to go through. So it was a lot in one day, and it was in the middle of the summer, and it was just hot. We weren't really prepared for it. And there was quite a bit of people there. So there's this one, and you get that throughout the whole book. So, and I believe all of these are actually in this book, which would make it a lot more valuable, which I know even these books go for quite a bit, even without those in it. Cardis magazine. These ones are pretty big. I have, from the looks of it, 2 of these. So this one and one other one. The other one is from 1968, and this one is from that one's from 1868, and this one's from 1866. Got the marbling paper. And these ones have the plates in them as well. This says it's fashion for January 1866. And then in one of these magazines, it has a lot of the fashion pieces, and they're in color. Like it's, I forget which one of mine it is. But this is pretty similar to the other one. You're going to get your plates. You're going to get your music. You're going to get certain pieces where they're showing off either the fashion clothing or the clothing, or they're trying to show off the hairstyles. I have a few more of these. I just don't want to make this video very long. And I have to go pick up my twins from preschool. Like I said, I didn't go through page by page for all of these. So some of these you actually get some ephemera, which is like other pieces of paper in them. Like there's one down there that has pieces of paper in it, but I think they're just white pieces of paper. And then these are all stories. So then you come, you still have these pictures in and out of here. And then you'll have a plate there. And they put this here so that these don't rub up against each other and wear off. Gosh, it's like every time I touch a really old book, my eyes and everything start itching. I try not to touch my eyes. Here is February. And I'm not sure exactly how many months you get per, what's this one? This one's November. Maybe you get all 12 months. Yeah. Ooh. And my hands are filthy. You gotta wash. And then this is for December. So these ones, you must get all 12 of them. That first book that I just showed you before this, it breaks it into 2 books. So you get 6 months in one and 6 months in another. The 1839 book, the very first one I showed you. Oh, sorry. My foot's falling asleep. Okay. See, I want to say that says Holmes Magazine, but I could be wrong. This is 1866. Does that? But it said Arthur's. Look at the staining. This is January to June, so this must be broken up. Now, I put these on my shelf based on date, so I didn't put them together. You get I don't know if these have those big pull out. Some of them do and some of them don't. You still get all your Arthur's Home Magazine. Okay, Philadelphia, July. So you do get, what's this? So you do get plates with pictures and stuff. July. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. What is this? What is this? Oh. Ask for it is what it says. But that's a plate there, but it doesn't pull out. You get some ads. You get stories and some poems. But this one right here is mainly, this one's more words. So if you're looking to actually like read something and not have a lot of pictures in it, then the Arthur's Homes magazine or Home magazine would probably be best for you. And then sometimes you get like some of these, you'll always get some of the fashion embroider patterns in here. I don't know if you get certain things like that. So this one doesn't have any of the pull out ones. And what did I say? I think I have one more of these. And then this is Lady's Book, and this is 1864. I have two of those, but then at the same time, I have one that says, it's on my shelf, but it says Cardis Lady's Book, 1868. So I don't really fully understand all these different magazines with the titles and who had what magazine, book, and brand. I don't know all that. This one looks like it's in a bit rough condition. Ooh. So here we go. We got our plates. I don't know if this one has a pull out. Jeez. This is one of the... Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. So you get some of the fashion plates in some of these that actually are in color. Now, whether or not they made it in green, and black, I don't know. It looks like it's a man playing the violin and the fiddle or clarinet or something, and is it a bear? I don't know. You get a lot of different fashion pictures. Of course, I'm itching all over. Looks like a mouse or something along the bottom. See, like this is falling out. So like if I was going to take something apart and like put this, and I wanted to use one of these in my junk journals or something like that, then I would take apart one of these. It's already falling apart. And that is like, it's this one. See, that's blue with the blue ink. Housekeepers. I don't have my glasses. Chatelaine. You get your stories. I mean, they're all pretty similar. It just depends on what kind of pictures they put in here. So it looks like you're always going to get some type, obviously because they're fashion magazines, you're always going to get some type of clothing and hair pics. See? Look at that. Oh. Oh, that's its own separate. Huh. A watch pocket in beadwork. Yeah, okay, so real quick on the backstory of where this auction was, because some of you might be asking, because it's not like I personally don't think I hit the jackpot. I just think I got really lucky. I'm from Ohio. And I go to Medina a lot that has a lot of antique shops, and I got lucky at this place called This and That in Medina, and the lady there on that day asked me what I did with these items that I was purchasing. And I told her, I showed her what I did. She told me about this auction that was happening in Medina, and it was an auction from a property that had like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different like buildings on it. And these were, oh my gosh, I wish I could go in and tour them because I love old like Victorian buildings, and I just like love old buildings. And you weren't allowed to go in any of them, but they had all these boxes there, and this stuff was there. And inside of this stuff, they had tons of different dishes. They had really late 1700 clothing up to early 1900 clothing, books, doll clothing, newspapers. They had a little bit of everything. So I got lucky with that one because it was word of mouth, because I opened my mouth and told somebody what I did. And that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully maybe here in the next couple years, I can have other people realize like, hey, I saw this. She likes that. I know somebody that can, take this off my hands or would like to purchase this from me or whatever. Because a lot of times people don't care about this stuff. I've sat here and I've tried to see pieces, old pieces of ephemera. Like they would consider, if you're new to the junk journaling world, ephemera. Foundations in broken sizes, $3.34. Garter belts, 98 cents. Lingerie, I don't know what those were. Pine bath oils, 89 cents. They were $1.39. Jeez. And with the inflation today, I don't know. I don't think we've learned anything here. But yeah, these are, like I said, you're still going to get your fashion stuff in these. These ones, you get kind of lucky and you get those pieces. Or, like in the front, like you got that pocket watched, like piece of embroidered whatever. So it just depends on which book you like. I think I pulled one out of each that I have. But for today, that's really all that I have time for. But I have old ledger books that I want to go through and share with you at some point. And then I have, in that auction, I also have a couple photo albums with the photos in them. And what's crazy is I opened one of them and I was so surprised because there was a huge lock of hair. It wasn't in a bag. It wasn't in it. It was just I opened it and it was just right there, which really grossed me out, kind of freaked me out. So I didn't want to upset anything or anyone. So I just put it in a baggie and then I just stuck it right back into the photo album. So I will make videos on those and some of my other older books. Like I have a couple Alice in Wonderland books and one of them's in French. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this and I can't wait to show you more. So make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button. And if you want to discuss anything, please comment and I'll do my best to answer anything. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you had a wonderful Valentine's. Bye.